last night it was Sean Penn. He did win the Oscar, and he actually had the best speech of the night as well. All right, now let's watch together, and then we'll talk about why this is so relevant.
You commie, homo-loving sons of guns. I did not expect this, but
oh, come on.
And I want it to be very clear that I do know how hard I make it to appreciate me often. But I am touched by the appreciation, and I hope for it enough that I did want to scribble down so I had the names in case you were commie, homo-loving sons of guns. And so I want to thank my best friend, Sato Matsuzawa.
Who?
My circle of longtime support, Mara, Brian, Barry, and Bob, the great Cleve Jones, our wonderful writer, Lance Black, producers, Bruce Cohn and Dan Jenks, and particularly, as all us actors know, our director either has the patience, talent, and restraint to grant us a voice, or they don't, and it goes from the beginning of the meeting through the cutting room, and there is no finer hands to be in than Gus Van Sant. And finally, for those two last finalies, for those who saw the signs of hatred as our cars drove in tonight, I think that it is a good time for those who voted for the ban against gay marriage to sit and reflect and anticipate their great shame and the shame in their grandchildren's eyes if they continue that way of support. We've got to have equal rights for everyone. And there are these last two things. I'm very, very proud to live in a country that is willing to elect an elegant man president, and a country who, for all its toughness, creates courageous artists, and this is in great due respect to all the nominees, but courageous artists who, despite a sensitivity that sometimes has brought enormous challenge, Mickey Rourke rises again, and he is my brother. Thank you all very much.
Now, before they announced the winner, Mickey Rourke looked so nervous. He was shaking a little bit, although maybe Mickey Rourke's always shaking, right? And I think he was totally disappointed. But it was a classy thing for Sean Penn to thank him. But that's not why I'm bringing this up. Look, you got to give it to Sean Penn, because it's a ballsy thing to say in your acceptance speech when the whole country is watching. The people that voted against gay marriage, you will look at the shame in your grandchildren's eyes. Man, that's heavy talk. And remember, over 50% of Californians voted that way. Now, if you're in the business of appealing to a mass market audience and you alienate a lot of your audience that way, well, as he said in the beginning, sometimes I make it hard to root for me, right? But for me, it made it easier, because I still think, I know it's Hollywood and I know that they're supposed to be liberals and yada, 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 and all that crap that we've been told by the conservative talk show hosts. But you know what? He knew that he'd get flack if he said that. And he said it, not only did he say it, but he said it in a really strong language. And I loved it. So, good on you, Sean Penn. Good on you.
But I don't know, has it really received publicly any negative attention yet? Because I know right away, and I don't know this guy, so I'm not even going to say his name, but you can kind of comment back and forth on one of these social pages, back and forth what you think. And one guy on a friend of mine's page wrote, oh, well, you know what? I'm glad Sean Penn won the Oscar, but I don't like it that he called. Why should we be shamed for voting yes? And he called us evil, hateful people. I said, well, I don't think he said that. And then later on, he goes on again and says, I don't care what gay folks do with their lives, but more power to them. Don't call me evil for my beliefs. You get a chance to look into the mindset of some people.
Yeah. That's why I thought it was ballsy.
Right.
Because I don't think he's going to slide on it.
And you know they're going to misinterpret exactly what he said.
Of course.
And
First of all, he never called them evil or hateful, as you're pointing out, JR. But second of all, look, these guys who voted against gay marriage, etc., they hide behind the cloak of their beliefs. I understand your beliefs, but you are voting on a specific proposal that actually affects the lives of others. It's not just your beliefs. It affects their lives. It says, you know what, they will not be able to get inheritance sometimes. Maybe they won't be able to visit their loved ones in the hospital, etc. It has tremendous ramifications for other people. So you can't say, hey, you know what, I'm taking away those rights from you. Hey, but don't attack me for my beliefs. Nah, hell no. That's not how it works. Well, we got our beliefs too, and we also should have our rights for everybody in America. And JR, I haven't seen the reaction yet, but my guess is if it's not today and it's not tomorrow, at some point, you don't think all the Rush Limbaughs of the world are going to bring this back up?
They will.
Yeah, of course.
And ironically, the part of it was, I don't care what gay people do with their lives. Yes, you do.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, JR. But you just voted to change what they do with their lives. I mean, in California, gay marriage at that point was legal. And you voted to change that. You changed their lives, and then you tell us you don't care what they do with their lives. That doesn't make any sense at all.